Hi guys, I'm Sarah Sadie. Today I'll be doing a brow henna. I'm starting off by using the brow conditioning shampoo that comes in the brow code kit, and I'm just rubbing that all through her brows. She came in with makeup on. That is the color that she likes her brows to be. It was a little bit more of red, warm, and like a dark brown. If that makes sense. So what I did was I mixed our light brown, which is more reddish color, and our medium brown, which has that like deep dark brown to it, that gave her the color that she likes. So after I use the brow kind of like shampoo to cleanse that, I'm wiping it off with a cotton round, making sure I get all the product off. And then I'm going in with the rose exfoliant that comes with the kit as well. Everything that I use today except for the rose water came with the kit. The kit does come with rose water, but I use a separate one to remove the actual henna, and you'll see that later. But I'm just taking that exfoliator that comes with it and going in with the brows. This is going to help with the pigment staying longer, because it kind of gets off, any makeup, any residue, oils, or anything that could be creating a barrier between the skin and, the outside world. So I'm just taking that product and rubbing it all through there with kind of like a little lip applicator. I find these are great to get in the brows. I work against the brow hairs to make sure I'm getting every single spot under the brows for the best results. So then I'll take another cotton round, wipe all of that off, and I'll kind of, make sure I put her brows, brush them into shape to kind of get the picture of what she likes and how I'm gonna lay the henna. So that's what I'm doing now, is brushing them. So now I'm gonna take the actual henna paste that I made with the light brown and the medium brown, and I'm taking the angled brush that also comes in the brow code kit, and I'm just applying the henna. I start with tapping motions to kind of lay the henna on. The henna doesn't really spread well. You'll kind of see that when I try to spread it, the brush actually picks up the pigment and kind of lays it differently than how I want. So I find that if you tap it and then kind of like rub it in a little bit, sometimes that works better. It's just one of those things you really have to play with and really work with the shape to get the right shape for your client. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm kind of going in, perfecting the shape and making sure that I'm getting all the spots. This is the first layer. You do 2 to 3 layers of henna. I have usually done 2, and it has been, the right, darkness and boldness that my clients like. You can do 3 and leave it on for longer, but it's up to you. So now I did the other one off camera because you can't really see that side well. So now I'm going in with the second layer. This layer, you can kind of take a little bit more time to lay it on and kind of perfect the shape. So you'll see me going in with a lipstick applicator. And what I do is I spray that with a rose water off camera. It's like rose water and glycerine. I can't remember the brand of it, but I can link all that down in the description, so that way you guys will have all the products that I use. So this is just me going in and just kind of perfecting the shape, laying the henna on thick. And then as far as timing goes, I know people probably have a lot of questions about timing if you don't do this, or if you're trying to get into this and you're not sure where to start. I believe each kit comes with their timing recommendations. She likes her brows a little bit darker and more bold, so I do roughly 5 to 6 minutes for each layer. So yeah. Once again, I did the other second layer off camera on that side. This is just me going in now after both layers are laid and just cleaning up, making sure it's crisp and clean how I want it. Now what I'm doing here is after that second layer sets for like 2 or 3 minutes, I go in with a lipstick applicator with that rose water on it, and I remove the front part to give it a little bit of an ombre effect, so it's not super harsh. There's no like fine lines or like harsh lines in that front of the brow, because it can kind of get really boxy and square really quick or really weird looking. So I typically do this on most of my clients unless they request that it be like, you know, boxy or whatever. But I just take that off and I let it sit for another usually like 4 minutes for her, because she does like it really dark. You kind of want it to be a little bit dry looking when you take it off, just a little bit. So now to remove it, I use the rose water glycerine stuff that I mentioned before, and I soak the cotton round in it because, like I said, you know, you want the henna to be a little bit dry. So it's dried onto her skin, so you kind of have to be careful. You don't really want to rub against the hair until the henna is moistened enough and it's not like cracking and breaking on her skin, because that can be a little uncomfortable for the client. But you just kind of work the rose water in there once you let it set. And once it's all moistened up again, you can kind of rub back and forth, making sure you're getting all the henna off. It's very important that you get all the henna off and not leave it like on her eyelid or on her forehead, so you're not staining other areas of the client's face. We don't want that. So I go in with a dry cotton round, kind of look at what is left on the skin, whether I need to go back over it. I usually will go in with a lipstick applicator, again with the rose water glycerin stuff, and go and make sure I'm getting all that pigment off. You might see some spots. You can't really see it on here, but I definitely saw them on her, where the pigment kind of looks a little bit darker and kind of like pools as spotty. If you just go over that with rose water, you should be good, and it'll pick up all of that. Now our brow henna comes with a wax, so I like to trim her brows first, just so I get a nice good shape of where I'm going, and that way so the long hairs don't get in the way, and it's just less mess if you just trim the hairs first. And then I'll go in with the wax, and a brow wax is pretty standard. You know, you just take some wax on a stick and go along the outline of the brows and take the hairs that you don't want. So yeah, this is a brow henna and wax, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these or more variety on different clients. The brow code henna kit that we use in the studio is pretty versatile. You can use it on almost anybody. I had a blonde client come in just after this, so they have a bunch of different colors that you can use, and you can mix colors how I did here. So it's really a great kit, definitely to start off with, and they offer the refills to, you know, keep up with the kit, obviously. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let me know if you want to see more like this. I also totally forgot to mention that Brow Code kit also comes with it's like gold brow oil, so it helps like kind of lock in that henna pigment, and that's just what I'm putting on in this little clip. But yeah, that is it. This is kind of like the finished result, and yeah, I hope you like it.